Awesome. All right, guys, we're gonna have a bit of a warm up as we normally do, and then we're gonna get down to business. I'm just gonna set my phone so that on my watch. Awesome. Okay. So standing up on your feet, guys, okay, you're just going to need something to lean up against, and all we're going to do, leaning up against the wall, is we're just going to start with some leg swings, okay? Just 10 leg swings, get a little bit of a stretch in through the hamstring. Once you've done 10 on one side, you can either keep hold or you can turn and face the other way, and we're just going to swing through here. Beautiful. Good stuff. We just want 10 big circles, either forwards or backwards on one arm. Doesn't matter which way we go. And the same on the other side. The workout today is full body, okay? Good. Once you've done 10 on each side, we want to go 5 forwards, but double arm. And 5 backwards. And then we're going to go opposite arm forwards and backwards for 5 if you've got that in the locker, and then 1 forwards, 1 backwards on the other side for 5. Beautiful. I'm already warm. The sun's come over the top of the house now, so I don't need to keep my jacket on. I actually had a hat on this morning as well out here, it was cold. Okay. In that standing position with our feet together, we're going to come into a standing fold. Okay, so we're going to reach up to the ceiling and we're going to come down and over and just hang for just a second, and then we're going to put hands to the floor and we're going to step back into a long plank, and from there we're going to find a downward facing dog. Okay, padding, heels down to the floor, one at a time. Slowly come back into that press up position and step left foot outside left hand. So we're in a nice long position, and then into our rotations. 5 on one side, and then we switch sides, making sure that foot's somewhere close to the hand. Doesn't need to be right by it. If it's back a little bit, that's fine. And then we're into those rotations for 5. Good. And then from that position, back to that pressing position, you're going to walk your hands in towards your feet. And when you feel the hamstrings tighten up, you're just going to walk back up. And then you're going to walk your feet in towards your hands, pushing into the floor all the time. And then hands into feet. Back out to the press up position, and then feet into hands, and then a drop down into a squat position and stand. Awesome. We're just going to go through our usual lunge sequence, okay? 3 forward lunges with a reach to the floor. So I'm stepping forward into that lunge, coming down like I'm tying my laces and pushing back. 3 on one side. And then we're going to switch. Good. Once we've been there, we're going to go into a backward lunge. That reverse lunge, we're going to reach up to the sky or the ceiling and stand back up. The weight stays through the front leg, and I swing my arms up, and then I'm going to switch. And then the final lunge we're having in today is our lateral lunge, where I'm going to step sideways into that lunge. If I'm lunging onto my left leg, my right hand's going to come down and touch the toe, or get somewhere near that. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. Beautiful, good job. Awesome. All right, that's our warm-up completed. We all good? Cool, we've got some more people joining us on Instagram, which is beautiful. Okay guys, so how it's going to work today, we've got 3 movements we're going to use. Okay, we've got a press and a squat, but then we're going to combine them together and do what's called a thruster. Okay, so how that's going to work today is you'll have your weight, okay, and you're going to do, we're just going to work through it in terms of 3 sets of 10 to start with, okay? So we're going to do 3 sets of 10 single arm press on one arm, switch the weight, do it on the other side, okay? So how that's going to look is, I'll have the weight in here. If I'm holding a dumbbell, okay, I hold the dumbbell in up my shoulder. If I'm using a kettlebell, I'm going to pick it up like a bicep curl and pop it on the outside of my arm. And from here, I press straight overhead, making sure that I'm not leaning back. Okay, and we'll do 10 on one side, then we'll flip it over, and we'll do 10 on the other. Okay, and we're going to go through 3 sets of 10 of that before we move on and do our squat. Does that make sense? It's a really simple starting point, okay? So, here we go. Get on your weight. And we are going to start right now. So bring that weight up into that single arm position, brace nice and tight, good strong athletic position, and pump out 10 reps. Don't worry about the speed. Keep it under control. Good. Once you've done your 10, you can swing that weight around to the other side and get 10 more on that side. Remember to stay braced through the midsection so the rib cage stays pinned down as that weight goes overhead. Good, and once we're finished, we can bring that weight down and pop it on the floor. Good. Awesome. So if you get the timing right on that set of 10 on each side should take you round about close to a minute. We're going to rest for 30 seconds and then we're going to repeat, okay? If you're using a dumbbell, if you've only got access to one dumbbell and it's not particularly heavy, you're going to need to go a little bit slower, particularly on the way down, okay? And just challenge the amount of time and attention that you've got. Okay, set 2's coming up. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1. So I bring it up and I get through my reps. Good, maintaining good posture all the time. Making sure my stance is nice and solid. Good, and then change sides and we go again. A spare hand, you can do what you want with it. You can keep it on your hip, you can keep it in close, you can use it to balance. All the time under control. If you do only have one dumbbell and it's getting a bit difficult towards the end, you can just bend the knees and get a little bit of a push press in there, okay? Good, and once you've done our 10 on each side, we rest. That's taking me about 50 to 55 seconds there, guys, okay? Good, we're going to do one more set. Shoulders should be starting to warm up a little bit now. Breaking the legs on the floor. We've got about 30 seconds now before we go again on the final set. And then we're going to move into our squat. Okay? It's quite a bit of volume on the squats today. Here we go, ready? 5 seconds away from our last set of pressing. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Good, maintain a good steady rhythm. We don't want to drop the weight coming down. Good, and once we've done our 10, we can change hands. Remember, if my legs are starting to, if my shoulders starting to fatigue, I can use the legs. If that's going to help us not to lean over or lean back on the press, and then we can rest. Good job. Nicely done, guys. I'm kind of lulling you into a false sense of security today. All right, this is just to get us used to the movements, to prime the muscles that we're going to use in the conditioning part of the workout. When we do our ladder, ladder's going to be interesting. So the next exercise we've got, which will start in about 20 seconds, is a squat. If you've got a heavier weight, you can use it now. Okay, and what you're going to do is find your squat position with that weight on one side, and we're going to squat. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, we need 10 reps. So the weight comes up, it sits nice and high. Your feet are going to be just wider than hip width apart with your toes turned out, and we want 10 reps. Once you've done 10, you can just flip it over. And remember, the depth of your squat is predicated by how well you can maintain your posture. All right? Back stays nice and flat. Feet stay flat to the floor. We don't want to round the back at any point. And once we've done our reps, we can rest. Good job. Excellent, guys. You will get a little bit more out of breath from the squats, there's no doubt in it. Okay? But that's fine. Same premise, we've got 30 seconds of rest now. And then we're going to do that again. So just remember with the squat, everyone's going to squat a little bit differently, okay? But if your feet are somewhere around about outside of the shoulder to inside of the foot, toes are about 11 and 1 on a clock face, and your knees traveling in that direction, we should get into a good squat position. Just depends on your mobility as to how low you can go, okay? Here we go again in 3, 2, 1, weight up on that one side. We want to stay tight through the core all the time so we don't lean to offset the weight. Once we've done our 10, we change sides. Good job. Awesome. Very nice. Again, we're going about every 90 seconds here, okay? Which means that we've got plenty of time to control the standard and quality of our movement. In 30 seconds, we'll start the last set of squats. And then we're going to combine the press and the squat together to do what's called a thruster. All right, one more set of squat, guys, 15 seconds away. Less than 10 seconds out now. Everyone ready? Here we go, 3, 2, 1, weight up on that one side. Good, strong squat position. Squatting as low as is comfortable and low enough to maintain your back position. Nice and flat. And once you've done, change the dumbbell side, transition it over. Good. Awesome work, well done. Excellent stuff. Everyone good so far? I'm already out of breath, we haven't even really started the hard bit yet. Okay, so now we're going to combine them both together, okay? What that means is that the press becomes a bit easier because you're driving out through the squat to use your legs through the press. However, we've already fatigued the arms and the legs, and we're a little bit out of breath, which means that we may need to consider what kind of load that we're using, okay? We're only going to do 5 on each side. How it's going to look is that weight will come back up to the shoulder and you squat and then press and bring that weight back to the shoulder, squat and press, okay? We'll do 5 on one side, then switch the weight and 5 on the other, and that'll be our set of 10, okay? Nice and steady then, guys. We've got about 20 seconds yet. 15. So if you can link these together, come down through the squat and the press at the same time, that's super awesome. All right, here we go, ready? 3, 2, 1, away we go. We squat and press. Good, and then we change sides and we squat and press. Staying tight through the core as we bring that weight down. Good job. Awesome. That set should take you about 30 seconds or so to complete, and we're gonna go on the minute with this one, all right? Because there's less reps. 20 seconds out. Remember, control and quality is the key here, guys, all right? 10 seconds out. So bring your weight up into position. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We squat and press that weight overhead. So all the weight is stacked over my feet. And I'm really driving through the legs. Good. Switch sides once you've done 5. Remembering to control where the weight is going. If you need to bring it back to your shoulder before you squat, that's fine. 2 sets down, 1 to go. And we're 20 seconds away from the last set. Good. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So if you need to bring it back to your shoulder before you squat and push, that's fine. Just means we take a little bit more time, and then we switch sides and we finish that set. Good. Good job, Mark. Lovely control on the way down there, buddy. Well done. Boric's in the house. Charlie's in the house. Oh, the troublemaker's in. Martha's here. Nice to see you. Well, I can't see you, but you know what I mean. Good job. Excellent, guys. We've got a bit of an extended rest now, okay? So grab a drink, and I'm going to explain how I'm going to bring the terror a little bit now with this next bit. Mark's vanished off his screen. I hope he hasn't collapsed. And he's just going to get a drink. Cool, get some water on board. So now we know the movements, guys. We're going to link them together. Okay? And we're going to put them together in a ladder on each side. So we'll do 1 rep of each with a kettlebell with a weight on one side, and then the same with it on the other side. And then once we've done one press, 1 squat, 1 thruster on both sides, we then do 2 presses, 2 squats, 2 thrusters. Okay? And we're going to go for 10 minutes. Doesn't matter how far up this we get, we're just going to go for 10 minutes. Okay? Even though I can't see you, I can sense the tension, especially those who joined us last week. Okay, this ladder is about pacing. We got 45 seconds, okay? You don't want to go out too fast, all right? Just realize that you can't see me on Zoom, my head's off the camera. You don't want to go out too fast, guys, okay? So go slow and steady. And just continuous work. Rest where you need to, and just be mindful of where you are in the rep scheme and just keep climbing the ladder. All right, I'll let you know where I am. We're about 20 seconds out. I'll let you know where I am. I'm actually going to come down from the 24 I was using for that last one. I'm going to come back to a 16 now to work through this. Otherwise I'd be dying. Actually no, I'll stay in the 24. I'll die and you can all die along with me. Alrighty, here we go. We ready? We're starting in 3, 2, 1. So we start with a press. We then bring it in. We do one squat. And then we squat and we thruster. Then I switch sides. And I press. I squat. And I thruster. And then I'm ready for round 2. Where I'm going to do 2 presses, 2 squats, 2 thrusters. Notice I've taken a little bit of a rest, about 5 to 10 seconds, and then I'm going to press twice, squat twice, and then squat, thruster, squat, and thruster. And then I'm going to do the same on my left arm, and I'm going to build from there. 1 press, 2 press, 1, 2, 1, and 2. Good. So I'm coming into the start of round 3 now, and that's a minute gone. Good. So here we go on number 3. Into my thrusters. That's really starting to get into my shoulder quite a bit. So finishing off round 3. Remember, if you're using a lighter weight, you're going to move through this a bit quicker. Good, I'm down through 3 rounds. And I'm instantly regretting using a 24. Remember, you're going to break where you need to. And remember, with that press, as the shoulder starts to fatigue, because it's having to isometrically hold, and it's working through the thrusters, you can use the legs on the press as well, okay? So if I change to a dumbbell for this one, for those who've got a dumbbell, I start with that press, where I use my legs just a bit. I keep the weight fixed on my shoulder for my squat, and then I'll squat and thruster, and then I'm going to come down and switch sides. I'm going to try and let the dumbbell rest on my shoulder whilst I squat. Nice. Good. Good, so if you're using a kettlebell, you really need to find a good rest spot for it to give yourself a bit of respite, okay? Good. So I press. Now, if I'm holding it down here, I'm going to find it very difficult. So I'm going to make sure I've got my elbow nice and high. And using my legs through the thruster as much as possible. And to maintain the quality and be able to speak to you guys as well, I'm going to take that second or two of rest before I switch sides. Again, I find a good rest spot. And I drive strong in that overhead position. I'm not compromising. Good stuff, guys. We're nearly through 4 minutes. Remembering to break where you need to. Take a drink where you need to. It's about the quality of work, guys, okay? Auto-regulating. Or self-regulating in terms of how much work we do. You can even put the dumbbell down when you're mid-set if you need to. That shoulder's burning or your legs are tired. Feel free to stop after your presses or after your squats before you do your thrusters. So I've just done 6 and 6 there. Take a breather before I do my thrusters. Just want to make sure they're neat and tidy. And then I know I can do my thrusters and do them well. Controlling my breath as much as possible. Good, shake it out. Carry on working when you feel you're ready to. Good. Posture is so important, guys, okay? Don't let the weight dictate your position and pull you out of position. If you're noticing you need to break things up, okay? Good job, guys, well done. Well done. Good job, Mark. Good pressing. If you're feeling that you've got a couple of dumbbells or different weights to hand and you want to use different weights for the different elements, that's totally fine too, okay? So we're into round 7. I don't know where you guys are at. But it's about just over 3.5 minutes to go. Nice and controlled with those movements. Good stuff. The wind has dropped completely now, so it's feeling pretty warm and toasty out here now. Remember, it's the quality. If you don't finish the number of repetitions unbroken, don't worry about it. So if you're on 7 and you only get through 4, put it down, take a breath, and carry on your work. Good job. Just keep pushing on through. Oh, forgot where I was. Looking at the time. Good, guys. Just keep plowing through the reps, ticking the rounds off one by one. We're just over 2 minutes away from finishing now. And now it becomes a big mental push for these last 2 minutes. Good. Try and keep an eye on how much we're resting so that we don't take too much of a break. Good job. Taking on water where you need to. We are 90 seconds away now, guys. push to the finish then, here we go. All the time, remembering to control the posture, to brace through the midsection as we're moving. Breathing all the time. Trying to get into a rhythm with that breath as we work through the movement. Last 45 seconds now. Just keep moving. Big leg drive on the thruster, taking some of the stress off the shoulder. "15 seconds to go. Big finish now. Good. Home stretch. And time there. Time. You can finish there, Mark. Put the kettlebell down. Step away from the weight. Outstanding effort, everyone. Well done. That escalated quickly. Excellent work, guys. Well done. Get your breath back. Start to try and get your breathing under control, and have a little wander around your environment. Get a little drink on board. Well done indeed. Good job, everybody. How are we? Jose's giving me the thumbs up. Better or worse than last week? Harder or easier? There's a lot of squatting in that, which means your heart rate will probably be a bit higher than last week. But you have an idea now of kind of what you're able to do in 10 minutes. Which means that you know kind of how to pace it and how as the volume increases, and that fatigue kicks in, how to stop kind of hitting the red line and just continue to work all the way through. Outstanding work, guys. Well done. Alrighty, so we're just going to start by opening up the chest and the shoulders, okay? And all I want you to do is to find a bit of a wall, okay, that you can get your hand against, and put the opposite leg forward, and all we're going to do from there is slowly turn and open out through the chest, okay? Just for 10 reps. Once you've hit 10 on that side, we're going to switch on to the other arm. So if it's your left arm now on the wall, your right leg's going to be forward, so you've got this nice big open space, and then you're going to just slowly start to turn to open your body up to stretch that side. Once you get into that position, you're going to come back out and work into that. It doesn't need to be like a maximal stretch when I'm here. You just want to open up the chest and open up the thoracic spine. Good stuff. Nicely done. Okay, we're going to come down and hit the deck now. Okay, we're going to be on all fours. And in that all four position, your hands are going to be slightly in front of your shoulders. Okay, your knees will be underneath your hips. And what we're going to do from here is take your right hand off the floor. You're going to reach that right through underneath the body as far as you go. So really turn and rotate, and then bring the hand out and try and open the chest as much as you can to the other side. Okay, if that arm goes up to the ceiling, great. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Reach on through and out. Do one more. And then what we're going to do is do another 3 except I want your front hand to be a little bit further out, okay? That's going to open up through your thoracic spine a little bit more, but it's going to decrease the range a little bit. So remember, as we turn, it's not just about swinging the arm. I actually want to try and open my chest into that space. Close it off and open it out. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So the fingertips of your right hand now are going to be level with the heel of your left. Take your left hand, reach through and under the body. You might get a big rotation here. And then you're going to turn and open the chest up into that space. 3 times. And then we're going to slide the right hand a little bit further forward and do the same again. Really trying to turn that. So I'm trying to show my torso to the camera here. And I'm opening and I'm trying to show you my shoulder blades. Good. 3 reps. Beautiful. From that position, from that all-4 position, what I'd like you to do now is take your knees out wider than your hips, bring your toes together, and just sit back into a child's pose. But come up onto your fingertips, okay, like you're holding a tennis ball under each hand, and then just lift your head and look through at your hands, okay? So we're trying to get our chest through towards the floor a little bit more. Good, hands flat and walk them back in. And then up into a half kneeling position, okay? Good, in that half kneeling position, make sure your front foot's quite far forward, because all we're going to do is we're going to fall in, supporting the body weight over that front leg, and just allowing the structures of the hip to drop and open, okay? Once I'm in that position and I can feel my front legs taking the load, you're going to sweep your hands forward and bring those hands up overhead. And just breathe into that to allow the structures across the front of the hip and lower abdominals to open. And then we're going to bring the hands down to the floor, just either side of the foot with the fingertips. And I'm going to send my hips backwards and cause my front leg to straighten. But I'm going to move in and out of that 5 times. And depending on your hamstring flexibility, will depend on how far back we go. Okay, good. Then come back up to standing, to upright, and then switch sides, making sure the front foot is out in front so that when I sit in there, I know I'm fully supported and I can rest my arms on my knee to take the weight off this area to allow my hip to drop and open. Once I know I'm there, my front leg is supporting the weight, I'm going to reach down and through and up and open without letting my back collapse and my belly button drop on my rib cage open. I'm staying active through here. Then I bring my hands down to either side of my foot and I'm going to send my hips to the rear to put a bit of length into my hamstring. Five repetitions there. Find your way back to your feet and we are done.